all started with a sudden loud knock on the door. My heart skipped a beat. I wasn't expecting anyone, and the house was unusually quiet. "Kola, Tola, where are you?" Auntie Bisi's voice echoed from the living room, sending chills through me. I knew something wasn't right. "I am Tola, and this is the story of how one moment of curiosity almost destroyed two families." I grew up in a small, lively town in Nigeria. My family lived right next door to Kola's family. Our mothers, Auntie Fola, my mum, and Auntie Bisi, his mum, were best friends. They did everything together, cooking, chatting, and helping each other. Kola and I were like siblings. We were both 9 years old, and we spent every waking moment together. We played outside, ran around the yard, and made up silly games. But everything changed the day Kola got a phone. One day, Kola told his mum he needed a phone for homework. At first, Auntie Bisi said no. "You're still too young," she told him. But Kola was her only child, and she loved making him happy. The next Saturday, she surprised him with a new phone. I was there when she handed it to him. "Kola, you've been a good boy," she said, smiling, "but remember, you must use this wisely." Kola's face lit up with excitement, and I felt a little jealous. But we were best friends, so I was happy for him too. At first, we used the phone to play games and watch cartoons. We laughed at funny videos and shared snacks while sitting on the floor. It was fun. But one day, Kola found something different on his phone, a new app with lots of videos. "Look at this," he whispered, showing me the screen. There was a video with a bright, colourful picture. It said it was for people older than 18. "What's that?" I asked, curious. "I don't know," Kola said with a grin. "Let's watch and find out." We locked the door to his room and started the video. It was strange, and I didn't understand much of it, but it felt like a secret. Kola and I promised not to tell anyone. Over the next few weeks, we watched more and more videos on his phone. We waited until our mums went out, then sneaked into his room and locked the door. It became our little secret, but it changed us. We stopped playing outside. We didn't laugh as much anymore. We spent all our time on the phone, and we didn't want our mums to know. One afternoon, we heard Auntie Bisi come home early. Her voice called out, "Kola, Tola!" Kola quickly turned off the phone and unlocked the door, but it was too late. She walked in and saw the phone on the bed. "What's this?" she asked, picking it up. Her voice was sharp. She looked through the phone's history. Her face went pale. "Kola, what have you been watching?" I started crying, and everything came tumbling out. Auntie Bisi called my mum, and soon both families were sitting in the living room. "How did this happen?" my mum asked, shocked. Instead of taking the phone away, they scolded us and warned us never to do it again. I thought we were safe, but things got worse. Kola and I couldn't stop watching the videos. We became sneakier, leaving the door slightly open so no one would suspect anything. We even set an alarm to stop before our mums came home. One day, Kola showed me a scene from a video. "What do you think they mean by this?" he asked. "I don't know," I said, feeling uneasy. "Maybe we can try it," Kola suggested. "What if it's dangerous?" I asked, scared. "It's just pretending," he said. "No one will know." That afternoon, while our mums were out shopping, we decided to try what we had seen. We went to the bathroom thinking it would be easier to hide, but just as we were about to act out the scene, we heard voices. "Kola, Tola!" Our mums were back early. Panic set in. We tried to hide the phone, but they walked in and saw everything. "What are you doing?" my mom shouted, her voice full of shock. They took the phone and looked through the history. Their faces were filled with anger and disbelief. My mom suddenly clutched her chest and collapsed. She had fainted. At the hospital, I sat quietly, shaking with fear. My mum was treated and stabilized, but I could see the disappointment in her eyes. Back home, both families were in turmoil. Our mums blamed themselves for giving us too much freedom. They called a family meeting, inviting uncles, aunties, and even the pastor. The pastor told us, "Technology is not the problem, but it must be controlled. Children are curious, and we must guide that curiosity." Our mums apologized to each other and promised to be more involved in our lives. They took away the phone and set strict rules about technology. Kola and I spent the next few weeks grounded. We felt guilty and ashamed, but our parents supported us. Slowly things got better. Months later, we all went to the park for a picnic. As Kola and I played, I realized how much we had learned. Our parents had forgiven us, but we knew we had to earn their trust again. That day marked a new beginning for both families, a reminder that love and guidance can help us grow, even after making mistakes.